Hey, so we're back again today. Welcome, and we're talking about line. I am Mrs. Fred, and we are going to learn to respect the line. So let's get going. Hey, so before we get started, I like to get in the right frame of mind and do my handy dandy art motto. So it goes like this. I will try my best today and I will be creative and I will problem solve. Now today we're talking about line, and line is the most basic element of art. And a lot of times people are like, I know what a line is, but what is a line? Like, how do you define that? Well, you can define it as a point in space that connects to another point in space. What does that mean? Well, let me get my handy dandy whiteboard and show you what I'm talking about. Here's one point in space, and it connects to another point in space. It's kind of like when a dot takes a walk along the page. But a line can be created in many ways, or this path can be taken in many different ways. It can be like a squiggly path, or zigzag, or my favorite, a castle walk. And there are many, many, many different types and varieties of line. You can go diagonal, you can go horizontal, you can go vertical. So what we're looking at in today's project is line variety. And we are going to respect the line today. What I mean by that is we are going to show line variety. We're going to show how we can represent ourselves with line by creating the longest line ever. This is such a cool project because the first part of it is all about line. Then we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about shape. Now, shape is where a line crosses over onto itself and closes in a flat two-dimensional shape. So let's get started with our program so I can show you what I mean. So let's respect the line. Here we go. Today in art, I will learn the definition of line. I will plan and create a line drawing using line, shape, color, and variety. I will problem solve as I use one long continuous line. All right, I'm going to demonstrate two different projects. Both of them are using one continuous line throughout my entire page. The first thing I'm going to do is write my first name in cursive, and that's going to be this line that I kind of camouflage in. We're using a whole bunch of variety with these other little chunks of line. Now, even though I'm using variety, I am not picking my pen up. And if I do, I stick it right back to where I left off and continue that line all through my white space. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is where we learn to respect the line. This is going to take a while. In a moment, I'm gonna time lapse out and you're gonna see it look very speedy. However, you need to really slow down and focus and really pay attention to the details. Really think about the line spacing and keep it pretty even as you can. But really add tons of different line variety when you're creating these. It's going to be helpful to you to maybe start having a little piece of paper on the side to practice different lines ahead of time or during this project. But really enjoy it, respect the line, create lots of variety. Now, the second project that I did, I created my line drawing and then I drew shapes over the top of it. And in this case, I did my name. Now, a shape is when any area is closed in by a line and it's two-dimensional. So I have within this big shape many, many little shapes that were created when those lines were crossed over. Now, you're going to want to pay pretty close attention to detail and color in all those teeny tiny little shapes. Oh yeah, this does take a while, but the effect afterwards is really, really cool. Now in each of my letters or my shapes, I kept it pretty simple. I used cool colors and then warm colors in another, and then cool colors again. I just sort of repeated warm, cool, warm. So you can choose whatever colors that you like and really kind of have fun with this. I really enjoyed this project because it really made me respect the lines and shapes that we use every day in our projects. Okay, coming back to my first project, I want to show you what I did. First thing is I took my pencil and just drew a quick sketch over the top of my longest line of a simple object. Now I'm doing an eyeball. In the previous one, I did a word or my name. You can do either, but I'm doing just a quick little pencil sketch, very simple shape. You can make this as complex or simple as you like. Then what I did is I took a darker marker and went over those pencil marks. I feel like this is a pretty good idea because just looking at those pencil marks over the longest line gets a little confusing. After I finished my outline, I just dug right into coloring, and I really got into those teeny tiny little shapes and thought about what colors I was going to use for my eye. Now, this does take some time. Please be patient, give it your best, and just have fun with this project. All right, let's see if we did our job. There's a lot of variety. There's one continuous line, and then we did some shape over the top, and we used lots and lots of color. So I think we did our job, and I had a great time. Thanks for joining me, and keep on arting.